put this as simply as I can. Everybody on Earth is dead in a year. And let me explain why. Wrapped around the Earth is an invisible field of energy. It's made up of electricity and magnetism, so it's called, creatively enough, the electromagnetic field. It's where we get our magnetic North Pole and South Pole, and it protects us from cosmic radiation. So this EM field is our friend.
But now, that field is falling apart.
Why?
Why? The thin skin, that's the Earth's crust. That's what we live on. It's 30 miles thick. The meat here, call it the mantle. And forgetting all the funky transitions, it's 2,000 miles thick. The core, the peach pit in the center, that's a tricky one. There's two parts, the inner core and the outer core. You following me? The inner core is, it's a big solid chunk of iron, we think. And that's surrounded by the outer core, and that is liquid.
Yes, but most importantly, this liquid is constantly spinning in one direction. So a trillion tons of hot metal spinning at 1,000 miles an hour.
So physics 101, hot metal moving fast makes an electromagnetic field. The spinning liquid outer core is the engine that drives the EM field. And that's where we have our problem.
This engine has stalled. The core of the Earth has stopped spinning.
Remember those invisible microwaves that Josh was talking about? Well, they just found a hole.
Monday night, and the big story on Action News is developing news. Another mass shooting in California. Police say 7 people were killed in 2 related shootings at a mushroom farm and a trucking firm. Cameras were rolling tonight as police took a suspect into custody. He has been identified as a 67-year-old who worked for one of the businesses. Police called him a disgruntled worker. Authorities say 4 people were killed at the farm and 3 at the trucking business this afternoon. It happened on the outskirts of Half Moon Bay, which is about 30 miles south of San Francisco. No word yet on a motive.
An earthquake shaking people awake across the Southland early this morning.
Mario Ramirez joins us now in Malibu, actually off the near the offshore epicenter. Mario, good morning.
Yeah, it shook me out of bed. I felt it very slight, and then it was a big jolt, and it woke me up, and I'm thinking, oh no, is another one coming? Is a wave coming in?
And that's where we have our problem.
This engine has stalled. The core of the Earth has stopped spinning.
Well, this morning we are learning about a shift in the Earth's inner core that sounds like the plot of a Hollywood blockbuster. Scientists say our planet's solid core, which is actually disconnected from the rest of the Earth's layers, may actually have stopped rotating. Are you confused? I am.
Well, at first it sounds like something from a Hollywood movie.
Right.
The script says, oh my God, the core of the Earth is spinning backwards. I mean, this is worse than having a tsunami or an earthquake. The stability of what you walk on is at stake. The core of the Earth sits in a pool of like molasses. But we need more data because this is new territory for us.
Why is it important to know more about this? What are the implications?
The implications are potentially enormous because think of continental drift. We know very little about what's underneath our feet, and we really don't know that much about our home. We know more about other planets than we do about the center of the Earth. We know very little about the Earth because the Earth is dynamic. Things are moving and churning at the center of the Earth.
Thank you, Professor. I now understand it much better. We appreciate it.
What is it, sweetheart?
It's okay, some of these things happen all the time.
Let's go, come on.
Our final report for the night is a little disturbing, even borderline bizarre. A security camera has captured some unusual footage.
This is the footage from a security camera. Watch what happens next. The video is not fake. This happened in Mexico. Birds fell from the sky and dropped dead.
You're going to see Tyrese Nichols is calling out for his mom. He calls out 3 times for his mother. His last words on this earth is Mom, Mom, Mom.
So next up, I don't even think she needs an introduction, but I'm going to introduce my amazing auntie in the movement, soror, organizer, Tamika Mallory. We put our lives on the line, and so yes, we should honor ourselves for what we saw happen in this situation. Tyree Nichols is everywhere. Tyree Nichols could be any one of us tonight leaving this rally if you are black and you look like me or my son.
Black Lives Matter, Tamika Mallory, Sean King, Ben Crump. Are they bad people or good people? They're both. They're all things. The problem is that when they get to the point where they're dominating the conversation, they're taking light away from all the other issues that need to be addressed. On the Grammy, sitting next to Beyonce, right? And at that point, it becomes ridiculous. It becomes kind of like, okay, wait a minute, is this about really doing the hard work of activism, or is this about you becoming a celebrity?
While speaking on Tamika Mallory on her Facebook page, she would go on to state, look at this clout chaser. Did she lose something in this fight? I don't think so. And that's the problem. They take us as a joke. That's why we never have justice, because of ish like this. You're robbing your own people from getting justice. In a recent interview with Cleveland.com, she would go on to further state, Tamika Mallory was representing women. So how did you come over in our fight for police brutality? Who hired them to represent these families? She doesn't speak for us. If you were going to do anything, you should have had the mothers on stage so that they can speak for themselves.
Yeah, I'm going to wear my glasses so that because I have very specific things I want to ask you about. When did you first learn about this incident, Chief? That bad?
It was that bad.
What are we going to see then?
And I'm sure that, as I said before, that individuals watching will feel what the family felt. And if you don't, then you're not a human being.